Hello, this is G. I'm gonna start my presentation. First is introduction. It is always exciting to work in different country or different place from home. You get to interact with new people, learn new things, see new places, and get new experience. Sadly, there are challenges that come with it. Challenges range from communication barriers to communication lenses. Communication became the biggest change due to difference like age, culture, ethnicity, social class, and gender, among other factors. The presentation will cover the common challenges facing cross-cultural communication, strategy to overcome these challenges, levels of difference that can affect cross-cultural communication, and the importance of non-verb communication. Cross-cultural communication. It is important to understand what cross-cultural communication is. Maynard defines cross-cultural communication as to the communication between people with different styles of working, ethnicities, nationality, age, race, gender, and sexual orientation. It also can be defined as attempts by people to mediate, negotiate, and exchange cultural difference through language or body language and gestures. When dealing with the device workforce, it is important to have the skill of cross-cultural communication. Changes in cross-cultural communication. The first change is culture shock. It is caused by a failure to identify cultural issue and take action. Common symptoms include a feeling of isolation, stress, anxiety, reduced job performance, and feeling nervous and helpless. Another challenge is failure in respecting difference and working together. In cross-cultural interaction, there is likelihood of interpreting interaction that we do not understand as wrong, weird, or abnormal. Another challenge is different approaches to completing tasks. From culture to culture, there are different ways that people move towards completing tasks. And there is also a challenge that is different approaches towards disclosures. Different cultures have different attitudes toward disclosures. The other challenge is different communication styles. Some words and phrases are used in different ways cross culture. Also, different approaches towards conflicting is another challenge in cross culture communication. Some cultures appreciate conflicts while others avoid them. And their challenge is different decision making styles. The roles individuals play in decision making vary widely from culture to culture. For instance, Americans love to delegating while Latin Americans turn to hold individual responsibility. The final changes include changes in building trust across cultural boundaries, different means in normal verb communication, and the changes of cross-cultural PR. Strategies to overcome cross-cultural communication barriers. The first thing to overcome these challenges should be identifying the potential problems of cross-cultural communication. This helps to overcome the pitfalls in knowledge. The second strategy is to be aware that individuals' expectations about their own roles in shaping a decision may be influenced by their cultural frame of reference. Thirdly, active listening is the key to effective cross-cultural communication. It can help one to understand communication effectively. The other strategy is adjusting one's behavior appropriately, avoiding stereotypes, bias, and learning from the new community can help. It is also advisable to examine words, images, colors, and symbols to ensure whether they fit well with the target culture or not. Also, when you are dealing with a conflict, be mindful that people may differ in what they feel comfortable revealing. Most importantly, avoid existing bias and stereotypes. Levels of difference that can impact cross-cultural communication. The first level is age. Age factors refers to how members of different age groups interact and relate to one another. Some cultures are more hierarchical while others are not. For instance, the Chinese are conscious of age hierarchy, while race is not a big concern for Americans. The another level is social class. It plays an important role in influence over reaction to and interpretations of culture. Gender difference plays an important role in intercultural communication. Communication among different genders differs from one culture to another, and the cultural values, beliefs, attitudes, and norms shape communication among people is another level of difference. And the another difference is ethnic groups have a different ways of communication. A Polish might communicate differently from an Irish. Importance of nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication helps to reinforce or complement a verbal message. For instance, holding keys and jacket can help to complement your message that you want to lay. Nonverbal communication also helps to substitute spoken words. For example, shrugging your shoulder to show I don't know. Nonverbal communication can also help to regulate interactions. For instance, using nonverbal cues to show order or turn talking. And it can also help to contradict the messages. For instance, shouting but still claiming that you are not angry. Nonverbal communication can also help to emphasize. For example, pointing your finger at someone when threatened to beat someone. Last one is conclusion. Cross-cultural communication has a number of challenges. One is to be well prepared to communicate with people from diverse culture and nationality. The first thing should be to understand the problems that comes with cross-cultural communication. Challenging behavior is also important when working in a new language and cultural environment. Nonverbal communication should be used appropriately and cautiously since nonverbal cues differ based on culture. Some verb cues may be appropriate in one culture but inappropriate in another culture. Familiarizing yourself with some of the phrases and keywords from the another culture can help. Active listening can also help a lot. That's all. Thank you.